Nancy
No.
said, like Nancy just said, are they all going to fake front cry again?
Of course, of course. We're the big bad bullies on them until I get so damn mad over the bullshit, and then I do.
Well, and you know what's kind of crappy, not crappy, but like ironic about that whole ordeal, them going after her. She was in your box, but yet they can't hold themselves to the same standard.
Right.
That's common for them. That's very common for them. You're a bully, but we're going to put pictures of the crypt keeper behind us and do all this other stuff. But it's like, what are you talking about? Like, but I could see this building. I could see this. I saw over the weekend them going in boxes and bullying poor Mallory. I don't know if anybody else watches Mallory.
Yes, I love Mallory.
Literally the kindest, sweetest, and she is her platform is geared toward neurodivergent people who don't feel comfortable other chats, and they come into her chat, and she kind of does like tick, and she was going to live stream Samantha's live. One of them, I think it was Virgo, somebody threw a fit about it, and then Samantha came in her box and was condescending to Mal. And then they ended up blocking all kinds of TikTok beggars and scammers.
P, can I ask? And
yeah.
And it was saying stuff like, well, this is not how we do things. When are y'all? And that's the thing I kept hearing today is them saying, well, you can't tell people how to run their platform. Like, give me a break.
I think that they thought that they was going to be able to bully Scam and Claus.
I think so too.
Because listen, they've reached out to other people. They've reached out to the Melmy. They've reached out to other me. They reach out to Busters. They've reached out to other people who come to my live stream. Now, how gross do you have to be? How gross do you have? Why are you support her? Like, can't you spend your time other shit? And Brenda, what do you mean? Are we supposed to ask before we record a live stream? Listen, if there's
chronic pain, you pronounce that damn word.
Fibromyalgia.
Yeah, Miss Smarty Pants over there.
Oh, Dollars, did you got one too? They messaged you too.
Grandma in here, SP. Why do you have me blocked? You'll need to take that to a mod, good grandma.
Yeah, not in the chat, and especially not in somebody else's live.
I got you, good grandma. I'll look into it and see if I can figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You blocked on an accident, sweetheart. And it would have had to have been at least a while back. Yeah, I wish you'd grabbed a mod before. Listen, either one of these ladies in the box here are moderators for me. Just grab one of them, and they'll find out. Especially Molly. Molly, are you on private?
No.
Okay, Molly's not on private. I have chronic pain. I have no right hip. Oh my goodness. So what was I said all to do? Dollars and Diva, that's because you a bad bitch.
Brother,
I think every time SP says listen, I think of listen, Linda. SP,
right, right. I was
oh,
expecting you to say that.
Robin,
Listen, Linda.
I appreciate you, Robin.
Is there a reason why Silent Watcher was blocked in here?
I have not blocked one soul today, but I do know Silent Watcher. Well, I know she comes in my room.
Can we
And
see
her,
who blocked them?
yeah, I didn't do it this
You
time.
can look, but that when you look at the block list like from a live stream, it is not correct.
No, it isn't.
It's all wonky.
Yeah, I have not touched one. I think maybe two, but it was a user with 0. I have kept my fingers in the holster. Kept my fingers in the holster.
But I unblocked them. It says it was Scott who.
It
Well,
could
you
have
see,
been, it might not have been. It's hard to
There's a
tell.
silent watcher and a silent listener.
You got Sassy?
I got them there unblocking people. I'm not doing it.
Well, I told Mod.
But so what are we going to do? Are we going to go over to my live stream and or do we just want to stay here and do it?
We have a few announcements tonight.
Either way you want to do it, we got you. I can keep the door open if you go over there. You can do it here. I don't really care.
I seen Catfish and all of them come in. Did they speak? Did they say hi? I seen.
Yeah. They said hi.
Oh, because I didn't even see. I seen that. That in there. And Catfish came in.
You got 300 people in here.
There's Catfish.
Hi, Bonnie. Oh, I appreciate you, Bonnie. I appreciate that a lot.
Mandy Hush.
Hi, Sunflower. How are you, sweet? Hi, Kristen. But I've been live. Y'all the ones who's late.
Same thing. I was like, SP, you're supposed to go live. She's like, aren't I live? I'm like, oh, good point. Got me there.
She is.
Yeah, it says I'm live. Somebody's comment. I tried to get back to it. It flipped on me. Let me see.
Okay, Ding Ding is going live after SP, y'all. Let's go support Granddaddy DD. After SP.
Opinion you speak with.
Oh my God.
That's who.
Who's Tiki?
I don't know.
I told you. You know that 90-day fiance I made of Chris and Sarah? I just got a comment. She seems really sweet, maybe a little naive. I went and gifted her a couple times, and she's so thankful and appreciative. Okay.
Homie goes live every night at 9.
Oh, gosh.
So we're gonna have enough, but we are definitely listen. I tell y'all all the time, the way we build community is when we see somebody we follow is holding a live stream. We want to go in there. We want to support them. We want to tap their screen. We want to talk to them. You know, because 6 p.m. your time, Bev. Oh my goodness, where are you that it would be 6 p.m.?
Is somebody sneezing? What's that noise?
I don't know.
I was
Mumbai.
my dog. Sorry.
Ted, can somebody escort Ted out? He ain't been here long enough to know what
Ted,
an
get out of here. New Year. What's an SP?
No. Is SP okay? Oh my God. If one more person asks if SP's fine.
Be nice, 954.
No, because yesterday everybody was like, "Is she okay? Is she okay?" That's why he's doing that to me.
Is Casey in here? I wonder how Jess is feeling.
Yeah.
I'm in St. Louis and it's 6:24. Yeah, it's 7.
I'm dying
Yeah.
for
Good
the update.
grandma.
I'm
Good
We're
waiting
on
for
the
grandma.
same.
You seem like a nice lady.
This is my business account.
Oh, sweet princess. I think she's a liar. All right, darling. Oh, Cassie,
Look.
Cooperative, and Jess.
Ethel, Anita, Black Man Ding Dong, the live creator. No, sir.
Hey, Kickstand, how is Jess? Is she? Oh, there she is. There's Jess. I hope you're feeling okay.
Robin. It don't have to be mandatory. You just got to have a good heart. That's it. That's it. And if you got and if you've got the yes, you only need a QR code generator. Anybody can get a QR code generator. It's free of charge. Let me tell y'all something. Anything y'all ever hear me say that I can do, go look at it on YouTube. You can do it too. Oh, Dawn, do you know how to do that? Listen, all you got to do is, y'all know anything you got a QR code too, that it's going to open up, right? Whether it opens up in YouTube, whether it opens up on your business page, and that's what it does is you scan the QR code and it'll open up. I've made a few of like anniversaries and stuff like that had their picture on it, and when you scan the QR code, one of them had a Tim McGraw and Faith Hill song that would play. Pretty cool. Happy birthday, baby. Yeah, and for the ones who don't know, 4 vols is not vols for life.
I've gotten a few messages about that too. I'm like, 2 different people.
Vols for Life is one of Chris's enablers, one of Chris's supporters, one that well, we've plainly seen he's bought subs for Chris. He's right there. You heard him the other day. Is Vols in here? Is Vols in here? Fucking so they are 2 different people. One's a man, one's a woman.
Hey, KK, I saw that. Hey, anybody in here that I got trigger finger happy with yesterday. Y'all go through the list, unblock who you need to. I have pretty much all SP mods. Just carry on as normal. Carry on.
Let me say this. I'm going to say this about because I've seen Trisha say something. I'm gonna say one more thing about the Mama Hook situation, and then y'all are never gonna hear me speak on any of it again. Never ever in my life. I just want to say to Mama Hook, because I know she's watching, that I don't know where our relationship went awry at, but even today, if you needed me, I would be there for you. I don't know what I did to cause the discord, and whatever it was, I want to apologize, but I don't know what it is to apologize. I don't know if somebody got into your ear, just absolutely hates. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I know one day we're friends and next day we're not. I always worried about you when I didn't see you in the chat. I always worried about you. Anytime you needed me, I tried to be there. My mods tried, but I always tried to acknowledge you, and whatever has put this hate in your heart, I apologize. It can be out of your mind, your heart, your body, and you can find the peace that you need, because I feel like it's more to do with you than it does me. And I feel like that, that you might be, led in ways, but whatever it is, just know I never felt any of those things towards you. I always loved you. I always thought you was a great person. And if you ever want to reach out to me and tell me what the problem is, I'd greatly appreciate it, because I don't know. And once again, I'm left in the dark with a knife stuck in my back, wondering what the hell I did. And I'm never, ever going to say your name again. I'm never going to broach this subject again. I'm never speaking on this again. I don't know how this came about, but whatever it is evil. It's hate filled, and I just can't carry that around with me. I refuse to.
And have fun with Bang Bang.
Yeah.
And you know that saying, my enemy's enemy is my friend. That shouldn't even be a thing, even though I know it is. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So we all have to live with the, and I hope they're okay with them. There's been plenty of them that I've been good to that have turned on me for absolutely, I don't even know the reason behind it. But
Spam forever. Spam forever.
Spam. Did y'all see my board the other day when I had it blocking the TV? I mean, blocking to where y'all could see. Look, let me show you my board here.
Camera.
It's a spam.
Spam forever.
Welcome to my bullshit. I don't even like spam. Ugh. So, damn, I guess there's 340. I think was our poor withdrawal patient was this morning. How up there? Moon pie?
Bus.
Tony said I love spam. Spam loves y'all.
Yes. SPAM. SPM mods forever.
She's crazy.
Forever,
Dallas
ever.
and Diva, y'all better stop it. So I guess
Yeah.
Nikki and her family figured that it would be in the best interest. Little Chris's name is they are now calling little Chris Liam instead of little Chris, instead of William, instead of Christopher. They're calling him Liam.
He has his
The
own
last-
identity.
The last William is Liam, Liam. And let me tell y'all something. I can just about assure you that Nikki was forced into naming that baby that. Liam is a beautiful name because who wants to name their child the same exact name that he's got with his second wife? What's that noise? Can I ask what that noise is?
It's
It is
moon
Maggie
pie.
growling. Maggie was growling. I got it.
I'm sorry, that's not a growl. That's not a growl. Sorry, that's not a growl. That's not like a sneezing.
She's 12 years old and she's under the cover, and Allie keeps stepping near her, and she don't have no teethers on the bottom of her, and she's growling.
Oh, it sounds like
Is it echoing for you guys?
Near her, and she's growling.
Oh, it sounds like
Is it echoing for you guys?
yes,
I
it's
think-
echoing bad.
Is it echoing for you guys?
Lady Day. It's Lady Day. Okay. Oh my Jesus. I felt like I was just screaming. Lady Day, you might have to drop down and come back. You must have got a phone call or something.
Well, it's a new start for him, and I love that. I love that she made that decision because it's a fresh start. He's now, he's his own person. I think it just shows that she has just putting one step in front of the other and making the next right decision, one after
That's
another.
right. That's a lot of people said they thought it was a sneeze. And let me tell you something. And I want to ask y'all this. Oh, I want Lady Day to come back up here too so I can Hi Lynn, I seen you come in, y'all. Lynn scans come back that she is okay. Sadie's mom, I'm sorry. Y'all probably like, where's Lynn? Sadie's mom.
I got drama on my street.
I call a lot of people by their real names, and Mexican homie got up to me like for that last night. He's like, "You should call names." I was like, "But that's what her name literally was before she changed it to that. Was her name? It was Iris something, and so that's what I call them. And plus, I feel like we make a better connection if I call you, like Belinda or Little White Dove. Little White Dove is a screen name to where Belinda is your name, and it's just more personable, I think.
Got drama.
Let me ask y'all's opinion on this. Okay, so we know a lot of people who have went through divorces, okay? How many of y'all know that in 2 weeks of being out away from your spouse, your father, that you're already in therapy? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Usually that takes time, right?
2 weeks, you don't even have all your stuff moved out yet.
Holy moly.
So within 2 weeks of Nikki being gone, they were already in therapy. So
That's what I mean. She like, it's like she knew, she had in her head what she was going to do, and she's doing it. And it's amazing to see or hear about.
absolutely. And so what do y'all think about the have y'all ever seen anything move that quick unless it was some kind of a an abusive situation, an extremely abusive situation. And I'm not saying that this was, I'm not saying that it was emotionally, physically, sexually, none of that. I'm just saying that usually it is traumatic events that they want the children to be into therapy ASAP. Like yesterday was too late. I've never seen it. I've never seen it, but I do see, and I can appreciate that instead of Nikki, wanting these kids to get over that pain, she's letting them work through it. She's heal. And this whole time, Chris, his mother, for the ones who don't know, the night that Chris had his episode, Thursday, his mom was messaging Nikki, telling Nikki to leave Chris alone. And damn well that he said Nikki's got him blocked on everything, that he hasn't spoken. The only one he spoke to is his daughter through text messaging, and that was to only ask her if he sexually assaulted her mommy.
Bedazzled Jules made a good point. She said that she went into like a shelter system. This were probably expedited. Like they got her right on plan and got her into make that decision of like, I'm going to do this. And I think she's doing the best thing for those kids, getting them into school, getting them into therapy. Like, they're thriving and they'll just continue to thrive.
Sorry, hubby had to walk back out, and of course, y'all know Lulu. But I and see, chill out, and is to a domestic violence shelter. And listen, when I say shelter, people are probably picturing like a homeless shelter. That's not it at all. And they don't put these families with home. Not that she knew what she was going to be allowed to do and not to do. Yeah, like little apartments and stuff. Yeah. Now the first couple nights you probably have to be in like a big house, but the bedrooms, the kitchen, the living room is like common areas, but you've got a whole ass bedroom to yourself. And if you've got a baby, there's a crib in there. If you've got children, they've got beds in there. And it's just like, it's not like what people are thinking a shelter looks like. Exactly. Listen, Chris wants to blame it on her family as to why they're not together. They're not together because she is absolutely tired of being tired. Can you imagine? Day in and day out is the same damn thing. Nothing is different. Nothing's different. Every day is the same thing. You get up, he's already outside in freezing weather away from the children. passes what food's left through the window. 7 times, 7 times, 7 times. Every 9 seconds, a woman is abused. That's absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you something. I'd stay in the damn bed too, right, Fishing? It's absolute what her and these kids went through. I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine.
And she must have felt really hopeless because if you remember way back in the day when he would go live and CPS got called and they came in and she would be like, get off there. He went away for a couple months and he said the reason he went away is because Nikki didn't want him on there. Then he comes back and he's on more and more. And then all of a sudden it's now his job. And that's when it was like for her, it must have clicked. This is never going to change. Now he's going to be on here 24/7, putting everything I have at risk. And I'm sure, I'm speculating, but I know as a woman and a mother and a wife, like that would be whenever he decided this is now after CPS had been called and there'd been all these problems. She must have just felt completely hopeless at that point.
Yeah, CPS had been called on them regularly while he was live, making up lies about having a job, want people to pay his way, and social services was being called left and right. Well, then, I think it's 3 months that they took off the internet. In these 3 months, no social services, no that. No, none of that. He is literally done a live stream, and 2 days later, Department of Child and Family post. There was posts that she made that said, if my kids never forgive me, I'll is there a way somebody can hit my mute at the minute they hear Lulu bark? Do y'all have that ability? Because I have to go. Okay, because I have to go all the way in.
She's going to have to, I don't know when she wants to unmute it, so she'll have to unmute it herself, I guess.
Okay, sorry about that. She wasn't as bad this time with him coming in as she was with him going out. She's like, no, sir, don't leave me. She blows her cheeks out at him. But I believe that she was so worried that the Department of Social Services was going to end up coming in and taking those kids, that that she just said, you know what, I got to. Okay, so his medicine, I don't know if he was able to dose today. I do know in his comment section, he said that he could not get any medication until Friday. So, and I know this if I know nothing else, okay? He's not in withdrawals. He's absolutely not. He might be a little uncomfortable because he might already be out of whatever it was that he had. But he's from Anderson. Come on now. He's from where he is right now. There's no way that even right now, even though I haven't been my hometown in a hot ass minute, I can assure you if I rolled up in there, I could make a phone call and get whatever. So, you know, you're asking means you're in SP's business.
I
What's that
saw
mean?
her. I saw her.
What is that?
The Angel, why are you getting into someone else's business? Because we can, love SC. There you go.
Number one, who is we? Why are we? Who is we? And this is my business also. It's my business. We're literally watching a man die in front of us with enablers like, let me see. Oh yeah. With like people like you.
And a trail behind him.
Thank you. Thank you. And the biggest victims are how many children? Seven. Literally, it was 8. Okay, let's not forget that. Let's not forget that he asked him. And come to find out, she did not. So 3 stayed in foster care. The one that didn't belong to him went to her father. And he signed away the rights to the other ones. 2 of them were adopted out. One of them was left in the system for 10 years. And now, gloss over all that, like Mom is Mother of the Year over there, trying to help him get his story in line about these pill bottles. Like, what were the 4 pill bottles, okay? What were those 4 pill bottles? Because remember, he didn't have his blood pressure medicine, didn't have his cholesterol medicine, didn't. Whose medicine was the other 4? I'll tell you who, his dad's. And they could say it wasn't, they can say whatever they want to, but you could hear them. You could hear them perpetrating a damn lie. Now, let me get my hubby so look at them on the TV. Has to stay up to go back every day. Oh, no, he won't stay at his mama's. One, he won't stay at his mama's because him and his mom don't get along because of a drug, and both of them are widows. Okay, so his mom is like. Can guarantee you that he's not going to be at moms. And let me, if he was staying at his mom's, I would be very upset because I know that that young boy that he didn't give to raise would be sleeping on the floor. Everything you see Chris has on his live, people has scammed for it. A lot of those people were poor. Yes, yes, and Mackenzie. Yes, yes, Sherry. Yes. Department of Child and Family Services contacted Mackenzie. So he wasn't able, I don't know if he was able to dose. I do not know. I don't know if he was able to dose, but I do know, I probably should have done this over on my page so that I could have downloaded the live and uploaded it to YouTube.
I mean, maybe Scott wasn't able.
Using his medicine and he takes it right there and he walks out the door. That's what a dose means. So I don't know if he got to do that today. This is what frustrates me, because a lot of y'all who has never dealt with addiction this lie, because that's what it was, because you listened. He has your dose or take homes. Do they test him before?
Salty and other people are saying that he did say.
What I did see was that they said he had to come back Friday, but I'm gonna go back and look right now. Because it could have, and I just didn't. You know how sometimes they've got the drop down.
So, SP, can you clarify for everybody that if he was in active withdrawal, that the clinic would not let him die?
Absolutely. So if a doctor was not there and he was in a state where his blood pressure was dropping, which it's going to drop when you're in withdrawals, they would have sent for a rescue squad and they would have dosed him at the hospital. They cannot dose him at the methadone clinic without a doctor on site. Like, the nurses cannot just be handing out this medication. They would have to go to the hospital and they would dose him right there.
Dubs dropped in, I think it was Dubs, dropped in the mod chat the comment where he commented that he did not dose today. So
okay,
he
thank
can't
you.
do it till Friday. He can't do it till Friday.
Okay, I'm gonna go check it right now. Okay, let's see. Yes, I meant to tell y'all that. Dubs, I meant to tell y'all that. Okay, people need to get a life, damn trolls. How did everything work out? I can't get any medicine until Friday. Yeah, so I didn't know. I seen that post today and not get any, but I guess, like, listen, I guess he thinks he runs shit, right? That shit ain't gonna happen till he shows up. When he says that these people even called him and said, listen, she's going to be here till 7:30, then she's gone. How is this motherfucker going to roll up at 9 o'clock and be like, okay, I'm here? Yeah, well, he's not. You know, you can't. I know this, and need your medication, you're going to be sitting there when they get there. You're not going to come in 3 hours. The nurse practitioner is already gone. See, he's tried
Yeah, I would have been started walking the night before. Like I even thinking about other people going through withdrawal makes my body tense up. Like there's just no way. There's no way he's going through withdrawal.
No, absolutely no way. And listen, Jesus, if so, and like I said, the frustration comes from, I know a lot of y'all don't understand why that overdose. I mean, he was. Why didn't he get the money together just in case old boy didn't show up?
But look, I'm going to say a situation. I remember when I was taking Xanaxes, and I left my little makeup inside the doctor's office that I worked for. And that entire night, I I was freaking out. I was flipping out. I was calling everyone and anyone I knew. And let me tell you something, like SB that office when it was open, and I went directly where I left my makeup case, and I got what I needed, and I was good. But I was flipping and freaking and trying everything and anything not to go into withdrawals.
Yeah. Xanax you into seizures real quick. Like if you try to get off of it without a doctor helping you get off of it. But
I went through it bad.
I can't see Chris being these many days without his medication and then being late. Like
I was
this
just gonna say that.
doctor.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say exactly what you said. I was thinking as you were talking, if he hasn't had a dose, his last dose was Friday, right?
Yep.
I would have started crawling to that office, sick as FUCK, at 4 o'clock this morning. I would have been there an hour before those doors opened.
Yes, for sure.
And you know his mom's dealt with this addiction. Okay, she knows. I'm sure she's watched him go through withdrawals before. Speak on how my mother would handle this situation if she had to take one of my children or a child to school at 8 o'clock, but I needed to be at clinic at 7. My mother would have said, listen, I'll be 30. I'm going to have to drop you off and get these kids to school, but I'm up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because she would have molded to make sure I was safe. Listen, why has his mother not even returned his messages as he had? And he would have to see the medication you're on. So who's on first? Who's on? And the other one was alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Someone asked SP,
some form of opiate. Friday for his doctor's appointment, his weekly methadone appointment. I believe he popped dirt. I believe that they were waiting for him. Because I'm pretty sure he hasn't been taking drugs. And I believe they waited for him. When he came in, they popped him a urine. And plus, just to look at him, I'm sure even if they wasn't waiting, that when they took one look at him, that they called in for a urinalysis right there before gave him any medication. And I think that they probably cut him off from his and they'll still dose him, but take homes anymore. And so I believe that's why I honestly believe that he wasn't in no urgent hurry to the clinic, because he knew that when he got there, all he'd have to do is pay the $13. Doctor would have to see the medication you're on. So who's doctor would have to see the medication you're on. So who's on first, who's on second? I'll tell you what, one of
Question anything?
absolutely not, because I'm an addict. I believe that when he got off of live, that he took another whatever he was taking, and because the rescue squad was called, the police was looking at pills. So something happened, and I think he went to that clinic in an effed up condition. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Would they still dose him daily if he had take homes and he reported them lost or stolen?
But the way the FDA has cracked down, absolutely not.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't think
that's
so
why-
Absolutely
either.
not.
Maybe that's why he's saying he can't get his medicine till Friday.
But listen, a nurse practitioner or a doctor can override that and be like, this is an extreme circumstance. This we know that this happened, so they can use their discretion.
Yeah, but they're
Okay.
scared of the DEA and CDC.
They are scared of the DEA, but I honestly believe that if they that if he needed to speak to that doctor, truly speak to that doctor to be able to dose, to be able to dose, that he would have been there. But for him to dose every day, he can come in at any time until I think 11:30, from 5 o'clock to 11:30. So if they're letting him dose every day, they just say, okay, they let him day, he can show up anytime before 11:30. That's why no big motherfucking hurry to get up to that clinic, because I don't think he had to talk to a doctor. And listen, let me see if I could say this, because I feel like I'm confusing myself with what I'm saying. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if he went up there and busted out dirty, they would have took his take homes away from him, and they would have let him come and dose every day, though. And the clinic's open from 5 to 11:30 or 12 o'clock 1. And so and that's why, and if they called him and say, listen, you got to talk to a doctor before we can reinstate, whether you can get some take homes or whether you can dose, with this medication being gone. And for him not to give, listen, this man begs for damn firewood. Are you telling me that last night he wouldn't have begged for some damn Uber money to make sure that he was sitting there at 7 o'clock?
Yeah. No, that's so true. So true.
But if he shows up before 11:30 and has $13, he can dose. I believe it's take homes was taken away from him. I believe he would have liked to have gotten there that early. Okay. I believe he would have liked, but I don't think that it was because listen, oh God, this man he dry bags for the ingredients to key lime pie. He was looking at pill bottles. Maybe I
Making total sense. And I'll give you an example. Like this morning, I was watching his live this morning, and I was all like put his head in his hands and you know that fake stuff, but there was
No sneezing. None of
all like put his head in his hands and you know that fake.
no sneezing. None of that.
hasn't had